Hi friends, welcome back. So this video, liquidity pools as a business purchase and not as an investment. So before we begin, please keep in mind that this is a theoretical approach. I'm not saying that this information should be used the way I'm gonna explain, okay? I'm just giving you an upside down approach because you see, I just thought about this approach, this mindset shift recently while walking near the lake, and I just understood it. I just thought about it, and I was like, well, this is a pretty interesting approach to look at DeFi as a business purchase and not as some sort of a crypto-based investment. Okay, so let me explain, but please keep in mind, I'm not saying that you should follow this approach. I'm just giving you an option and a point of view that is very different from the traditional point of view, where you see DeFi as an investment approach that is generating yield. So most people approach DeFi as traders or investors, so to speak. Me included. I'm not changing anything. I'm just explaining this concept, okay? So bear with me. So you think that you are investing when you are actually adding liquidity into the liquidity pools. So when you deploy into Solana USDC pool, for example, you think that you are investing into that pool. But what if you are actually buying a business and not a bag of investment, right? So you are not actually buying Solana and USDC, and you are not looking at it as an investment instruments, financial instruments. You buying a business, a machine, an operating machine of business. So let's break that down. When you enter into a liquidity pool, you are no longer holding the tokens, okay? You are actually deploying capital to buy a productive cash flow generating business and not a specific asset like Solana, ETH, whatever it may be. So if you have some capital, let's say 10k euros to deploy, so you deploy, but you're actually buying a business, a productive cash flow generating business. So that business, that machine is earning you a daily yield from fees, incentives, emissions, rewards, doesn't matter. But essentially that 10k that you bought a business with, you are now the business owner. So the pool acts as a business. Your deposit value acts as the purchase costs of a business, and you are essentially running this business now. And the business is generating you yield and cash flow. So like any business, it can depreciate or appreciate with use and time. So for example, if you buy some sort of a machine, like a physical actual machine, let's say t-shirt printing machine or whatever, and you are using it constantly to generate income, and at the time of you exiting the business, selling it or whatever, closing it down, the machine can be worth less, right? But you made a lot of yield and cash flow throughout the time of using the machine, right? So this is the same approach from a DeFi perspective. So let's use a simple example. You buy a car for 5,000 euros or dollars, pounds, doesn't matter, and use it as a delivery vehicle. Okay? So after a year, it earned you 2,000 euros in delivery income. Okay? But the car's value dropped over the years, right? And it's now worth, let's say, 3k euros. So did you lose the 2k? No, because you operated a business. This is the cost of running a business. So you earned 2k and took a 2k depreciation of the asset that you've been using to generate yield. So that's the cost of doing business. But the 2K you earned during the time of business activity bought you things and enabled additional opportunities. Okay? So now let's apply that to DeFi. So let's say that you added 5K euros, pounds, dollars, whatever to a Sol USDC pool. Over the year, it generated 2,000 euros in yield, right? But due to volatility at the time of withdrawal, so you decided to exit the pool after a year, for example, your LP position is now worth 3K because Solana dropped in price, and because you are ready to exit the pool, you need the money. Now you decided to withdraw from the pool and it's now at 3K deposit value. So you can look at it as the impermanent loss, or not a loss but as operating costs, market depreciation, just like the car. So this is a completely different approach because you've used that money, that was 5K, to generate yield, right? And after some time, not every business is profitable eventually. It is profitable for some time, but it's not a forever thing. Some businesses, of course, can appreciate over time, some can depreciate. So when the price is appreciating, that's all good. There is no point into discussing this when the prices are appreciating. But when it depreciates, everyone starts to panic and starts to rethink their strategies and all of that things because they see negative. But it's all about your approach. So this approach changes everything. So now, if you think like a liquidity provider, investor in DeFi, if liquidity position value drops, you see it as a loss from the investment side. But if you think like a business owner, you see it as a cost of doing business. Because if you buy assets to use them as machines to generate you income, it's natural that with use and wear, those assets will depreciate, right? It's just a natural thing. So if you bought a cash flow generating business, if you look at it, if you look at DeFi from this perspective, well, it runs while it runs, right? So if business is doing good, it appreciates. The same happens in DeFi. If business is doing good, so if assets are going up, your LP value also appreciates, right? So you are making additional rewards, additional income, so to speak, by being in the pool next to the fees, because the assets that you provided also appreciates. So the business is doing good. But if the business is not that good, right, it loses value and depreciates. So this can be seen as impermanent loss from the negative side, so to speak, when it breaks below your lower ranges and it goes down, right? So you deposited 5K, now you see 3K, and basically you start panicking and rethinking what's going to happen and all of that stuff. But if the business generated, let's say 6% a month for a year, and you use that money to reinvest, spent it, or did something with that money, and after a year the business depreciated and lost some value, is it really a loss if you enjoyed life or made more profit with that money elsewhere? This is the core principle of this approach, because if you had 5K and you've been using that for a year, no matter whatever Solana is doing, for example, if the pool was Solana USDC and whatever happened to Solana, you always used that initial 5K, rebalanced frequently, changed everything for a year, and you managed to consistently generate 6% a month using that 5K. It could be more or less, doesn't matter, but you've been using that money, and then the money that you've been generating, those 6% a month, You use that capital separately to reinvest somewhere else, other pools. Maybe you booked the holidays, maybe you spent it on your day-to-day expenses, or you've been generating yield somewhere else, reinvested and made more money, blah, blah, blah. And then after a year, you say, okay, this is the time for me to exit this position. I need this money. I'm closing business, so to speak. I'm selling my business, right? And you look at the value of your position and you see that instead of 5K, at the moment, it is 3,200 or 2,700, doesn't matter, but it's less than you deposited. So you have two options. You can see it as, okay, so after a year of being in a pool, I am withdrawing from initially deposited 5K, I am withdrawing less. Whether or not the fees that you generated covers that or not, you determine if the investment was net positive or not. So the return of investment is positive or negative, right? And if it's negative, you could classify this as a complete loss because you spent a year, you generated income, right? But at the end of the year, you withdraw less money than you made. So this is a net losing business, so to speak, right? But this is just one approach. The second approach is if you actually used those 5K as a business machine and you generated those 6% a month consistently and you used that money in real life or investments, etc., etc. So you already claimed the actual reward in real life spending, and at the end of the year you see that you have less. Is it actually a loss? From the financial perspective, if you look at the sheet and the numbers, it could be. But from the mindset approach, is it really a loss or a very natural cost of doing business? Because if you bought a car, even the luxury one, supercar or something, right? And you bought that for 100K, you've been driving that car from, let's say, for 3 years. You've been enjoying that car, going on a road trips, everything. You just really, really enjoyed driving that car for 3 years. And then after 3 years, you sold the car for 70K. So did you actually took a 30K loss? If you look from the financial number perspective, yes, you did. But you've been using that car for your day-to-day life, enjoying life for 3 years. So it's essentially the car costs you 30K for 3 years, so 10K a year to drive, to enjoy, to use all the benefits that the car can provide. Okay, so it's the same approach could be possible for DeFi. You bought something with the initial investment, so you look at it as a purchase rather than investment. You bought something, that's it, forget about it, right? You then use that business you bought, so to speak, LP position, for whatever period of time you want, rebalancing, constantly managing, changing this and that, doesn't matter. Using for a few years, then you decide to sell it, and you sell it for less. Let's assume so, because the asset prices are lower than it was before. So you could call it a depreciation of the purchase that you made. The yield-bearing machine, wear and tear, right? The usage over time, it depreciated in value, but you've made some sort of returns meanwhile, while the business was running, and you use that returns to actually in the real life, spending it, buying shit, whatever it may be. So this is a bit of the switch, right? Instead of looking at it as an investment, you look at it as a purchase. So this mindset kills emotional attachment, because you then stop being obsessing about what if I just held my assets. Because In DeFi, liquidity providers always compare the liquidity position versus holding value. What would happen if I just held my assets in a wallet or being in the LP, and then that difference in values versus holding value versus LP value is the impermanent loss from both sides, right? But if you look at it as a purchase rather than investment, you basically start looking at it as an operation, because holding assets is a speculation. You hold something with expectance and hope of increase in price. But if you participate in liquidity pools, this is operational, not speculation, because your decisions, your constant management is influencing the returns you can get. Because it's not that you deposit it into one specific thing and the returns are fixed. If you make different decisions, better or worse, it will influence and affect the returns of the investment, so to speak. So this is operational business rather than speculation. So if your business produced energy, cash flow, and opportunity for you while it's running, and that energy was used to create more wealth, to experience life or freedom, then no, this is not a loss. It's capital rotation. Even if at the end of the year or 2-year period you withdraw less money from the liquidity pool, and even if the fees you generated over the year that you already spent or bought something else reinvested years ago still is negative, so to speak, but while it was running, it gave you more opportunities, experiences, freedom. Is it really a loss? It could be from a financial number perspective, but look from the life perspective. Was it a loss? This is the core question of this approach. And if your answer is no, then it's not a loss, it's capital rotation. If I deposited, let's say 50K into the pool, and the pool was generating me 1K a month, for example, and I use that 1K to live my best life, go to the restaurants, enjoy my life, maybe reinvest somewhere else, buy some more assets that I like, or start a physical business, open a coffee shop, whatever it may be. If that money, that 1K a month, was used to have fun and experience things, and at the end of the year or 2 years period, I withdraw, let's say that LP position after a year gave me 12K in yield, and I sold my LP position after a year for 30K. So I lost 20K, so to speak, plus 12K in yield, so 8K net loss financially. But is it really a loss when you look from what you did meanwhile? That's the core question, that's the core principle. So as I said, this is a bit different. It's not, I'm not saying this is the right approach to just look at DeFi as purchases, but it's one of the possibilities to evaluate at the end of the LP position time when you decide to withdraw the money, to avoid emotional attachment or any kind of negative situation from within. If you ended up in a negative, maybe something happened in the market and it's not going up, then ask this question. Yeah, because if your LP position produced opportunities, wealth, experiences, and freedom for you during the time of active in-range yield, is it really a loss? It could be on paper, but ask from yourself. Do you feel like you've lost money? If not, then it's not a loss. It's just a simple capital rotation, okay? So think about it. It's a bit different. Don't stick to it, but have this approach as an option when it comes to looking at different DeFi positions, okay? So thank you, and I will see you on the next one.